What if I told you Halloween wasn't always about candy and costumes, but about blood sacrifices, ghostly spirits, and appeasing the dead? Before it became a night of fun and fright, it was a night when the line between the living and the dead vanished. This is the dark and shocking history of Halloween. Long before pumpkins and trick-or-treats, Halloween began as Samhain, a Celtic festival held over 2,000 years ago in what is now Ireland and Scotland. The Celts believed that on the night of October 31st, the boundary between the living and the dead broke down, and spirits roamed freely across the earth. To protect themselves, villagers extinguished their hearth fires and lit massive bonfires on hilltops. They wore animal skins and grotesque masks to disguise themselves from wandering ghosts. It wasn't just celebration, it was survival. And here's something chilling. People left food outside their doors to feed the dead, a tradition that slowly evolved into modern trick-or-treating. When the Romans conquered Celtic lands, they merged Samhain with their own festivals. Feralia, a day to honor the dead, and Pomona, a celebration of the goddess of fruit and harvest. Ever wonder why apples became such a big part of Halloween? It's because of Pomona, the Roman goddess whose symbol was the apple. The tradition of bobbing for apples actually comes from her ancient festival. But these Roman additions weren't all fun and games. Feralia sometimes included animal sacrifices and offerings to restless spirits, ensuring the dead stayed in their graves and didn't come knocking. By the 9th century, Christianity had spread across Europe, but old pagan customs refused to die. So the church decided not to fight Halloween, but to absorb it. They created All Saints' Day on November 1st, a holy day to honor saints and martyrs. The night before was called All Hallows' Eve, which over time became Halloween. But the ghostly themes never disappeared. In medieval Europe, people believed the dead wandered on All Hallows' Eve, and bells were rung to drive away evil spirits. In some places, families even baked soul cakes for beggars, who prayed for their deceased loved ones, the earliest form of trick-or-treating. By the 1600s, Halloween had become a night of fear and superstition. Witches were believed to hold secret gatherings with the devil himself. Black cats were thought to be souls of witches, and crossing their path was bad luck. And here's a shocking fact. In parts of Europe, people used to burn effigies of witches on Halloween night to cleanse their towns of evil spirits. These old superstitions eventually crossed the Atlantic with Irish and Scottish immigrants, bringing Halloween to America, where it would soon transform again. In the 19th and 20th centuries, Halloween evolved into a community celebration. Gone were the sacrifices and bonfires, replaced by parades, costumes, and candy. But traces of its dark past still linger. Jack-o'-lanterns, for example, come from the old Irish legend of Stingy Jack, a man so wicked that when he died, both heaven and hell rejected him. He was doomed to wander the earth forever, carrying only a burning coal inside a carved turnip. That's why we carve faces into pumpkins today, to keep away Jack's restless spirit. From ancient bonfires to sugar rushes, Halloween has always been about one thing: our fascination with the line between life and death. It's the one night of the year when the ancient and the modern meet, when we laugh at fear, even as we honor it. So what part of Halloween's history surprised you the most?